Well, we'll start the recording now, since I just wait for anybody just to show up.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. So your
Life is
guy,
good.
your guy decided he didn't want to be part of the show at all, huh? Or did
Well,
he
he
not
never
answer?
answered. Well, he didn't answer. And on his behalf, they run a very busy schedule in their band
Okay.
for an old guy. But he didn't say one thing, and I just not a chaser, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay. So if he would have responded back, then you would have just been okay with
If he'd
everything.
responded back, I'd have called him up and talked about it, and if
So
those dates didn't work, something else. But it's not totally dead in the water, but for now it is.
yeah, I mean that's fine. They still do the South Dakota Hall of Fame too, don't they? Still, I mean it's still a thing.
Every
Every
year out of Sioux
okay.
Falls.
Didn't
And
realize
he
there's so
was,
many. Didn't realize there's so many bands that play in that area.
well, it's amazing. Of course, some of them go way back and up until the current days.
Wow.
And if it's a Minnesota band that played the Dakotas a lot too, they sometimes will get them in there.
Okay. Sure.
But yeah, it's still going strong.
Hey, there's LW.
Excuse
Is
me.
that what we call them now? LW? LWO?
Yeah.
Lance Warlock?
Oh gosh.
Your audio working,
Uh,
Lance? Let's hear you.
I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
don't. Oh, Lance's audio's not working. We don't hear you
Oh
yet. Yeah, I don't hear
yeah.
you yet.
That's right.
There
I
you
guess
go.
that would probably help, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there you go. We can hear
Hi.
you now.
Greetings. Good evening.
Hello, how are you guys?
Oh, we're doing
Doing
all
well,
right.
thanks.
Doing
Good to
very, very
hear.
well. Yeah.
No,
We're just
no.
getting things ready here, just doing our pre-show like we normally do. We're not live yet, so we won't be live for at least another 20 minutes or so. We're just getting things
Okay.
ready. So just shoot the shit, for our for the YouTube stuff, and then for the Grand Forks Best Source stuff, So just
Okay.
a little bonus material, we'll say. Everybody loves bonus material, right?
Well,
Well,
and so then it may just give me a quick minute to say, I'm so sorry and my condolences on little Bobby.
Oh yeah. Well, we appreciate that. Yeah, the tribute show went better than I thought last week. I
Good.
didn't know that anybody was even going to care enough, but because it just happened, so I wasn't sure if it would be the right time, or if people are sick of doing tribute shows already. But I guess people enjoyed it, and it did pretty well. I don't know how it did, as far as best source goes. I'll find out next week when I go down there, because our 1 year anniversary show was next week. So that's good. We're going to start that a little bit earlier. We're going to start that about 5. I go until about 7:30 or maybe even 8, because we got some guests planned and stuff. So it's going to be a big show. I reflect back on the beginning years, and maybe make some goals for the new year. So
yeah.
Well, I mean, just for the two of you guys, I guess, do either one of you watch The Voice?
uh, I
No.
mean, the replays,
Okay.
maybe just clips if it's something cool or whatever.
See, okay, so I don't. But I have been given this opportunity to, if you are interested, to possibly see about bringing on. Her name is Lila Ford, and I think they said she was in the top 5 this last
Okay.
year,
Oh,
and
That'd be cool.
she's doing a performance with my music partner Leon
oh,
at his establishment on Saturday night. And so I'm catching word that there may be a possibility for a Friday availability. So I mean, we may have to discuss more on your end how we do that, if you want to do that. Um,
I mean, I would have no problem doing it, but I work on Friday nights, you know. But you can. I mean, if she wants to be a guest on the show, I mean, just any Monday, any Monday that she's available.
so let me see if that is an option, because
So is
we were
that
trying to see if while she was at that facility, if that had an ability. because I told him it was an every Monday thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I
Because
didn't
that's
know
what
if
it is.
there was the ability of doing an interview and then like, that's the broadcast on that Monday, let's say, or if you always would rather run a live for sure.
Well, what we could probably do, because what I was going to say, I was just waiting for everybody else to get in here. That my plan anyway is to just because okay, so we started the show this season in July, right? And we've been going strong ever since the first week of July. So I want to do like a block thing where we go for 2 months and then we take a couple weeks off and then we come back the third week of September and then we go till Halloween, and then we take a couple weeks off for hunting or whatever for the holiday, and then we come back before Thanksgiving and do like what we did last year, kind of that kind of roundup, and I go till close to Christmas, and then we take 2 or 3 weeks off after for the Christmas break, and then come back strong for season 4 in January. So, what my plan is maybe if we have too many things planned already, or because I do have a guest plan for 2 weeks from now as well. Some Michael Klastorian. I don't know if that name rings a bell to you or not, but he's in the Back to the Future realm of things. We'll say. Yeah.
Okay.
He wrote a book about Back to the Future that he's in charge of the musical, or he has a big hand in that anyway, because he wrote a book about the musical as well, the Broadway show
Oh,
that's coming around the area now.
that's
So
cool.
yeah, so he's going to be here in a couple weeks, but that doesn't mean we don't need to have. I mean, we can have a second guest too. I've only allowed only one guest a week just because Sam always gives me a lot of shit about having too many guests on, and I'm just like, well, that's the whole purpose of the show. Sometimes, not every
Sure,
time,
sure.
because then sometimes it gets to be too much, and I don't want to overdo everything. But we didn't have guests on last week. We didn't have a guest. My guest that was supposed to show up 2 weeks ago flaked on us because he didn't like how we were making fun of politics and stuff. He watched the show, but then he didn't want to be a part of it because we are doing Donald Trump impersonations and everything. I'm just like, we're not a political show, though. I mean, we were just goofing around just to kill time. You know, so that's why he didn't show up. And you tell me that the next day, I'm just like, well, what the fuck, man? I mean, I was giving you a chance to be on the show and helping you out more than you were helping me out. So it's like whatever. I don't like when
Okay.
politics have to mix with anything anyway, but it's just whatever.
Well, we'll keep it in mind. I mean, and I can relay that same very thing about a potential Monday. Her tour has just started, so
Okay,
that's it can depend on that. And I knew we had this opportunity, so
sure.
we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just let me know because you obviously know how to get a hold of me. So it's like I'm open to whatever. Just Thursdays through Sundays are no good at least for me for work because I work. But
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm good. I'm open.
Okay.
So even if we have to do something just us, just you and I, and unless anybody else wants to participate, it has to be a different day than a Monday. Like a bonus, like what we did with your dad and everything, kind of like a bonus thing. We can do that too. I don't care.
Okay.
Don't matter to
Okay,
me.
but that's good to know about, let alone the Monday. There could be a Tuesday or a
It's just
Wednesday
that the
option.
Monday shows will be on the best source on Saturdays, and they'll get more views on Saturdays.
Gotcha.
So that's
I
all.
got you. Okay.
So anyway, so that's kind of how it's going to go as far as the plan anyway. But hey, filler is fine too. There's nothing wrong with filler. A lot of the stuff that I've done in between the breaks, that we've had,
Yeah.
work out pretty good too. So just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So whatever. As long as you let me know ahead of time, then I'll make it so. Don't
I'm
do a
writing
lot.
it down.
Don't do a last minute thing where it's like, oh, like unless I know
Oh,
that
come
for you.
on.
Well, you could, I guess. I do it for you, Blanche, because I love you. You know that. Anyway, so how's everybody doing? Mama T's with us here.
Hey, Mama
If
T.
anybody else deserves condolences, it's Mama T because that was her boyfriend. Just so you know.
Hello, Mama T.
Yeah, your internet's kind of
I
just
can
going.
take that.
It's kind of going in and out at least,
All
or at
right.
least on your laptop. You're not as clear as your
Yeah,
last
but
one.
my internet is not working very good at all.
You're giving us that
So I
John
was trying
Roberts.
to pull it up on my phone so I can watch and see how bad it looks.
You're giving us that John Roberts internet here.
But the audio is clear. The audio is not stuttering at all.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. All right. Well,
So yeah, if there's anybody that deserves condolences,
and there's no link
it's
yet.
Mama T. So you want me to
Well,
give you a link at all, or you have? Well, you're in here, so
I didn't even do my homework today.
Oh, you don't have to. Well, Sonny ONOO, he's if you well, I mean, obviously not everybody's a wrestling fan. Not everybody probably remembers him from WCW, but that's where he was a manager with mostly with the cruiserweights and anybody that was Japanese that was coming in from New Japan to WCW. Really helped the cruiserweight division. So he'll be our guest here about another hour, about 7 o'clock. So, but we're not live yet. We're just doing the pre-show, like you all know. What's going on? That's the man of the hour. Sweet and Sam. Goddamn.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't hear
Turn the
nobody.
volume off.
Oh, we hear you.
Turn your speakers up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
can't
suppose
hear
you didn't hear me say that, huh?
That's right. Turn your radio on. That's right. So yeah, so we're just getting. I'm excited about next week's show because we got a few people that are going to be coming on, and it's kind of funny. And I will tell you the story before we go live and everything. For the first time, an actual band actually got a hold of me that wanted to be on the show because they heard about us.
You kidding me?
I did actually.
Which band is that?
They're out of Roseau. So most of you guys will never have heard of them, but they're called Forgive the Forsaken. They're a bunch of kids that listen to the show that follow the show.
They're from where?
Roseau, where I grew up.
They're northern Minnesota.
Sean, I'm gonna have to back
okay.
out and come back in. I don't know what's wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I gotta close my windows. I can't hear shit.
We're not live yet anyway, so don't worry.
Yeah, bring the young blood in. Get some young listeners.
Yeah, when you say kids, what are you talking about? How young?
Well, they're in their early 20s, probably mid 20s, probably.
That's awesome.
But they've been doing the music for quite a while, and they feel like if they come on our show that's going to give them a little push. So and I'm just like, well, I mean, we can do it. I mean, I don't care, and while we do it for the 1 year anniversary show, make it even more special. So
you bet.
So, and then Neil Bond is going to be coming on the show as well. And he's the one that runs the Minnesota music group. So he'll be on next week as well. Might even have a third guest, but we'll see. We're going to start the show.
My connection's all right back here?
We're going to start the show at 5 next week instead of 5:30 or 6 or whatever. The pre-show will start at 5 anyway.
Okay.
But we'll probably be live because we're going to be going, I don't know if Mama T is coming with still, but if she does, we're going to be going to Grand Forks next week and doing this live in the studio.
So a half hour earlier next week.
Yeah.
Hey, you said that I didn't have to pay gas money and you're going to take me out to eat.
I will.
I'm there.
I will wine you and dine you, do whatever I got to do to make you happy.
No wine. I'm taking a break for a little bit.
Well,
I was starting to worry people a little bit.
Yeah, you were a little bit. Yeah.
Apparently, when you drink for a week straight, people start to get concerned a little bit. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's
I guess a week straight is enough.
That's going down the Bobby path, and you don't want to do that. Now, come on now. You don't
want when my mom died,
yeah,
I should have told the kids this so that they didn't worry. But when my mom passed away, he said that I should grieve however needed to grieve. If I needed drink. If I need to sleep. If I need to cry. If I need to sing. If I need to stay whatever you need. So after a week straight of drinking, he's like, okay, babe, maybe we should put that down and try something else. Yeah. So I figured if he let me give my mom a week, it'd be okay to give him a week. Okay. I probably should have shared that with the kids though, because they were kind of worried about me. Yeah. My eyes looked like I got stung by bees. I mean, stumbling around. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
That's what I'm saying.
Feeling much better now.
Oh, good. And you had a pretty good weekend. You were able to go to Fargo last minute.
Yeah, I did. It took me a week. It took me an extra day to get down there that I wanted. I only caught
Okay.
the last 2 acts, but
Yeah, that kind of.
I
I
That's
got
can't
to
put on my
party
speakers
after.
on.
Well, not party. I got to jam out with all my friends. I saw a bunch of my friends there. I
well.
like walked in and everybody's hugging me because I knew all of these
Oh,
people
sure.
from being
But
with Bobby.
the
And
thing that I find messed up about it is that the person promised you that he would take you to the beforehand so you could see everything, and it's like you were waiting and waiting, and I felt bad because I was originally going to go to it
well,
too.
that was a
You know?
miscommunication, and he didn't know he was supposed to come get me until after he was already trashed.
Yeah,
And it's an
you
hour
didn't
and a
want to
half
run you
drive,
in there.
so I was like, yeah, I'll try to find somebody else to pick me up.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, at least it worked out for you. I'm happy that you did. You just like just let yourself be free your soul a little bit. You know.
Yep, yep. I'm feeling the love, man. I felt the love. Like, I got to sit and jam out with some of my friends afterwards, and they because Blind Dog had his camper there,
Oh, sure.
and Jesse Bondi was there, and my friend Dave, he was there. He's got a guitar, and there was some other people there that were playing guitar, and I just, hey, Mama, do you want to come over and sing? Oh, hell yeah, I want to come sing.
Yeah, well, absolutely. If you ever heard her sing, Lance, I tell you, she does have a gift of the vocals. We'll just say, she does.
I dabble.
She
I
doesn't give
don't
herself enough credit.
I don't know if I have. I mean, I remember after the interview because Bobby was on it that I did, and then I went to his Spotify. I think it
But,
was his Spotify page.
yeah,
And then I linked up to it because I'm like, okay, so if there was anything in there, then I probably heard it. But
No, I'm not on any of his albums. My hand actually made it in his last music video. But no, there's a few things on Facebook.
that's
okay.
There's a
awesome.
few things on Facebook. Um, 2 nights before he passed away, we had a date night and we went to his brother's or his and after we leave now, he says, cuz there's karaoke over at the Legion.
Yeah,
And I'm
there
like,
you go.
aw, you too love me. Because he hates karaoke. He hates karaoke because he can't read the words.
Yeah, I was
But
surprised that they buried him in
no,
Goodridge. I didn't.
they had me sing a few songs and then,
They had him buried in Goodridge and they
huh?
cremated him and all that stuff. I was surprised that it took place so
Yep,
quickly. I thought they
yep.
were gonna wait and do something special later or something or whatever. I don't know.
Well, we're still doing the Hoolie Hog Fest.
Okay,
The viewing was 4 days after he passed away. The funeral was the next day. And the burial was, I think, this past Wednesday or Thursday.
okay,
Thursday. It was Thursday.
sure.
Um, but no, so everybody was like, come on, get up there and sing. So I sang a few songs and then everybody's like, come on, Bobby, go up there and sing, go up there and sing. And he's like, I hate karaoke. But I guess, so he gets up there and he starts singing Tennessee Whiskey and he makes up his own words
Sure.
when he
Yeah.
can't read the words. So if he can't remember and he makes it up, well, he started messing up the words. So somebody's like, hey, get up there. And I was like, all right. So I ran up there, I grabbed the other mic and somebody actually recorded us singing together. And it was like, that is such a great thing to have. I mean, just, have you seen that one, Sean? Where
Yeah.
Bobby and I are singing
Oh
Tennessee
yeah.
Whiskey?
Oh yeah. It's
Oh
got
yeah.
a lot of views too. I was surprised, but I guess because of the situation, I guess I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy because like, yeah, we hardly ever sing together, period. We never do karaoke together. It's
Yeah, I'm surprised that you guys just never thought about doing like a little album together, just for the hell of it, just for fun. Just for
we did
you.
talk about it. We just ran out of time.
Well, yeah. I guess so. Well,
I'm just happy I got to spend the time I did with him and
I hope you. I hope the tribute was a good way of
oh
saying
God,
goodbye.
that was awesome. That
You
was
know,
awesome.
it seemed like it did really well, and I don't know how it did, for best source, but I know that our video that we did on Monday got at least 1,500 views for that one video. I don't know, like where it's at right now because I haven't checked.
And you know, the ironic part of it is it sucks I couldn't be part of the show last week because I was at another very good friend's funeral, and while they had a celebration of life afterwards, and the who's who of the racing world was at this one, and I'm so deeply involved with it that it just you guys, there's just been too many goddamn funerals this year.
I
It's
know,
got to
it's
stop.
crazy.
Yeah.
So,
And Mama T, you
just
still got to come up and come fishing with us.
yes, yes. I kind of missed out on I was going to go on a little fishing trip this week, but the place I was going to go, she's having some issues, and I didn't want to add to them. I guess I didn't want to like feel like I was a burden or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's having some issues, so I was like, I'll just go home. I was getting homesick anyways. I stayed with my friend until today. He just brought me home today, so.
Well, John, I can definitely confirm that she'll be with us next week for the 1 year anniversary show, because we'll be coming up there in the studio and about doing the show about 5 o'clock next week. So that's what my plan is.
Yeah, I said I'd do it if I didn't have to pay
Monday,
gas
5
money, and he offered to even take me out to eat.
I will do it. I'll do
Good
it.
deal.
Like food? No
Okay.
gas money?
Taking a rumor.
Hell yeah, I'm there.
Taking a rumor.
I got
right
nothing
there.
else going on.
Yeah, the rumors would probably be a good idea.
Oh, for
That would
fun.
probably be a good idea. Then we all could get together or something. Have
Well, it's right
something,
there,
lunch
you know?
beforehand or something. Yeah, that might be. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking more like Olive Garden, but but that's because that's where I was today.
All that's good.
Went
I
to
mean,
Olive Garden
rumors
today.
food's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's bar food, but it's all right.
whatever.
Yeah, now. I just got done fishing a 2-day tournament, and we're supposed to take vets fishing this Wednesday, and now we just called it off because it's going to rain. So now we're doing that next week, and so yeah, now next week is going to be crazy, but Monday will be fun. Yeah, that'll be a good time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I can't believe 1 year already. I mean, I knew it was going to come. I knew it was going to happen, but it's just like it's hard to believe that it's already happened. It's coming. It's here. It's like a little idea that just what we thought about during last summer, because I was sick and tired of just doing podcasts and interviews by myself and stuff, and I wanted to get people involved in this project somehow, but I wasn't sure if anybody had the time, if anybody gave a shit, because like we've said, everybody has their own lives, but all you guys, have always been good with entertainment and seemed like while we all grouped together. And I know it was a slow form, and maybe it's too many people, but you know what? You can never have too many people. Oh yeah, you probably can, but we're like a little family. But now we're like the Brady Bunch, kind of like it almost feels like it. Kind of. There's 6 of us anyway, so we're all in our little window like the Brady Bunch.
Here's the story.
They just got Alice in the middle. Bob could be in the middle there, right there, like Alice.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you. We hear you.
We had
How about
electricity
you,
go
Sammy?
out. Our electricity went out. And I forgot. My wife said reboot the computer. Well, that was it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna send you
Sorry
guys
about that.
a live link here so you can share it out, and then because we are technically live now. I just wanted to get this all stuff rolling.
Yeah, I got some people that are waiting for the link so they can watch.
And I'm gonna make sure that
Are you just gonna post it on Facebook?
I'm gonna put it to public right now because it always wants to go to friends all the time. So, yeah, that's always the problem. That's why nobody can see it because it's always a fucking friends instead of public all the time. But talk about yourselves for a little bit.
I got to show you this. You can see this. Okay, this thing that looks like a cat, that's a burn scar, but you see how black and blue everything is all around there?
Yeah.
A catfish did that to me in a tournament this weekend.
Wow.
What?
It hit me. It hit me that hard. It smashed my hand against the live well on my boat. I thought I broke my hand.
Ouch.
Jeez.
And that was on Friday. It still that black and blue. It just
How big was the
had to
fish?
tell you that. Probably only maybe 15 pounds.
Wow.
Pretty big catfish, but I don't know.
They're
There's two of them in there. I don't know which one got me.
little monsters, though.
I heard it was the minnow and you just lost your balance.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Catfish are little monsters.
It is a
Oh,
fishing
damn.
story.
I have a little story.
Fishing
I have a little story.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I have on this hat right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made Screaming Sam back in 1998 when I went to
Oh, nice.
Orlando, and I bought this hat and I put it on my head backwards. Now I had a big beard, I shaved that off, and that's when everyone started going, Sam Kinison, Sam Kinison, and that started the whole Sam Kinison deal. Was this fucking hat? It's a little dirty, but ain't it awesome?
That's a pretty wicked hat.
Yeah, okay.
It's got a story.
Yep,
Yep.
I put it on just like it is now, and everybody was yelling, Sam Kinison, Sam Kinison. Do you do the Howard Stern show? Do you do shows? I'm like, no, I'm thinking about it now.
I do now.
Yeah, it's kind of well. That's kind of good though that you kept the hats. That's cool.
Okay, I got a bunch of them, man.
I know you do. You always wore a different one every week so far.
Did you get your packages, guys?
I haven't checked the mail yet. I was in Grand Forks earlier because my sister had to go to Grand Forks and she wanted me to go with. So, but celebrate her birthday.
Packages.
Yeah, I sent you the package.
I'll have to check
What
tonight
packages?
after I get done. Well, he sent a DVD.
The
Remember a
DVD?
DVD and a CD and everything, and autograph photo, blah blah blah. I'll check tonight.
Oh,
when
I've
I
been
get done
gone.
with the show.
It's
I
Yeah.
sent it to your PO box, Mama T.
okay. It
All
should be
right.
over there then. I'll check tomorrow.
I think we'll get started here because we're live now, and I got the live going. I shared it in the private chat, so anybody that wants to share it, go right ahead. Anyway, welcome to Renegade Radio, Season 3, Episode 7. All right, 7 episodes into this season already. I can't believe that. On this fine August 12th, the day after Hulk Hogan's 71st birthday, brother. The day before my sister's 33rd birthday. I can say her number out there, right? Anyway, she'll watch the show and also what difference does it make? I'm your host with the most, Frankie Slauson. Welcome to Renegade Radio. We're joined tonight with Antique Man.
Hi, good evening.
Lance Warlock, making
Hi, all.
his return again. Mama T, back for good. We got her. Well, I don't know how we did it, but we got her.
Welcome back.
And then we got
Welcome
John
back. Love
Roberts and Screaming Sam. So that's who we have tonight. I don't know where Mad Dog is, but I'm sure he'll pop up eventually. He didn't say anything if he was not going to make it or anything. So
I haven't talked to him now.
tonight we have a very, very special guest. If you guys are big, I know some of you guys are wrestling fans. I know some of you guys aren't, but it's half and half, 50-50. Well, there's a couple of reasons why we're having this guy on the show. One, because I haven't talked to him in quite a while. He was a guest on my original radio show back in the day, probably about 10 years ago or so. And two, because not only is he a former manager for WCW, but it has a side business where he's selling a backpack, but it's like a backpack that you have never seen before. It's like the ultimate backpack for anybody that's into camping or school or maybe a survival thing. If you're into that. So it's the ONOO backpack, and he's going to talk about that. And the name is SONNY ONOO, and he used to be a manager to all the Japanese wrestlers and cruiserweights in the World Championship Wrestling in WCW. So that's why I'm hoping Mad Dog makes an appearance because I kind of was because I know how much he loves that and maybe he has some questions or whatever. So we'll see what happens, but he'll be on in about another hour. But right now we're just joined by everybody else that made it, and it's nice to have a full stack crew of everybody. It's nice to see everybody here tonight because we missed out on everybody last week and whatever else.
They're gonna close the bar here in a few minutes and take off.
Oh.
But Bobby's granddaughter wanted to make an appearance. She's 4 years old and she wanted to come up and say hi to everybody.
Okay. Hi.
And I said, well, it's a big people. So wait until I tell you to come up.
So do you? Okay. Okay. I think your internet. She's been having internet problems and stuff ever since she got on. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
she was pretty sketchy here.
yeah. You want to check? Can you use your phone instead of
Yes.
your laptop, maybe? Their Mama T, because that'd be better if you can, if you're able to. Because we can't, we can't deal with the skipping and stuff. That hurts the show a lot, and it hurts
Hang
everybody else
on.
to hear you.
I think they should. Well, my camera on my phone is all fucky
Yeah, but we just
too.
can't
So
with the
let me
laptop. We just can't hear you, or it's not good. It's all
You're just
stuttering and
breaking
stuff.
up a
let me
little
get
bit.
them up here real quick.
Okay, do whatever you got to
You
do.
said you could hear me just fine, but you couldn't see me.
Well, it skips. It
Yeah,
goes in and out.
it did drop off first,
Yeah,
and if
yeah, but it's like it skips and stuff. And we just, I know you mean well. I'm not trying to bust your chops or anything. It just, everybody else has everybody else has pretty good quality. Even John Roberts has good quality, for what he has.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago I didn't.
Ouch.
2 weeks
Yeah,
ago I lost you. I
yeah, that's
know
your
how that goes, man.
yeah. Well, anyway, so how's everybody been since the last time we got together? I mean, I know for Lance it's been a couple good 2 weeks or so at least. But you're busy. You have other things going on. You went on some trips or whatever, or what do you do to pass the time?
My whole thing in the summertime is we end up getting our grandkids in these weekly to bi-weekly shifts. And so we ended up doing one shift, and then we have, these 4 days of okay, recover, and then the next shift. And so the way it's kind of worked out, it was really loose, but we always try and get that done first. And
Well,
then
hello there,
as
sweetheart.
as August rolls through, we just
And
kind of
I'm
deal
freezing
with
up
it.
for some reason.
Sure, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
she's
See,
frozen.
these are
Frozen
my
like
friends.
ice.
But I'm freezing up. See, I'm watching it here, but I'm
Yeah, we can't even see her
freezing
at
up for
all.
some reason. The Wi-Fi is not working very good.
Yeah, it's just
So I'm
going in
gonna
and
try
out.
to do it on my phone here real quick.
Yeah, that'd be better.
I'm
Fine
gonna
with
try
me.
here. Give me a second. For some reason, my phone is not.
Oh, there's Bob.
There she is. Oh,
There's the granddaughter.
Oh,
Give me a shout. Say hi to everybody.
Oh,
hi.
Your dad knew almost all of, or your
hello.
grandpa knew almost all of these people. Can you say hi?
Hello.
hi.
Hi.
Yeah, there it is.
Hello.
How's it going now?
Hello.
How's it going now? A week later, or at
Oh.
least the spirit's a little bit better, up a little bit.
Yeah, for some reason. Oh, sweetie. Give me a hug. You guys gotta take it off. Oh.
A Hallmark
All
moment.
right. Yeah, Mondays are always like that. Oh yeah, you better. She'll show you how to use the keys.
Well, just see if you can get your phone working,
I
and then
showed her.
we'll have your we'll figure it out. Okay, I'm just gonna mute your audio until you got it
Her
figured out.
grandpa and my
It was working and now it's
cabinet
happening.
back there. So
Yeah, it's just kind of here. Just figure it out, Mama T. Anyway, so that's okay. So you
you're all the
had
way to the
your
right.
your grandkids.
I'm trying to do it on my phone, but it's. I am.
Just gonna mute her, I think, for just a little bit until she gets it figured out. She'll be able to unmute herself once she gets
Lance,
it
how
done.
old are your
There we
grandkids?
go. So they youngest 6 months, and then
Oh,
5, almost 6, and then 2 are 12, almost 13.
Jeez.
wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
We have
runs the
2,
whole.
and one is 5, and the other one is 3.
He'll be 3.
He'll be 3.
End of November.
End of November, and the kid can already throw a ball, swing a bat, hit a golf ball.
He's very athletic.
Yeah, gonna be a stud.
That's
Yeah.
like our
they're a
1
blast.
5-year-old.
Yeah, they're a blast.
And I
Yeah.
suppose that's because of Grandpa. I suppose get him all interested in sports. Eh?
Oh no, no, his dad played professional baseball. His dad was a stud. Our kid was a stud.
His mom was a good
Yeah,
volleyball
and his
player.
mom was a pretty athletic girl too. So yeah, he's got the genes. Our kid played college baseball, pro baseball, and he had his choice. He was a pretty good hockey player, and he could have went on and played hockey, but he made the right choice because he's 37 now with 2 kids, and his job is baseball. That is his job. He runs a huge youth baseball organization. He owns his own league, a college prep league. He scouts for the Boston Red Sox. He's got his own he works with even major leaguers come and work with him on the off season because he's got this indoor facility and shit. So yeah, but he's all baseball. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah. Looks. I mean, you sound better. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Do I look any better? It's a cloudy camera.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I mean, it just helps.
That's not what I asked.
You're okay. Fine. You're 10. You're very cloudy. I don't know. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Anyway, that's good though. I mean, nice to have athletic kids. But it's also nice to have kids like what your grandkids do their Lance. I mean, are they interested in sports and do they like the film? Have you told them about your story in the film industry and everything like that? No?
So one of the 12-year-olds is a boy. He's, just loves video games, but he'll go outside, skateboard, and scooter. So that's like it. And then the other 12-year-old she's a girl. She is doing her 2nd year of orchestra. And I think this year she's going to be doing basketball and volleyball, maybe.
Okay.
The 5-year-old is the kid who's going to be, he ended up by circumstance, all of a sudden he was riding the bike with no training wheels while he was over here. So he's that kid who's going to be the same, like his dad. He'll just get up and go and he'll make it happen. So no, they don't know anything. That's better off. They just do their thing.
Well, what about your own kids? Because we never really talked about your kids, and you have 3 boys or whatever, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
What do they do? What do they do for a living?
One works for right now he's doing this shuttling people from airports to a hotel. He's got this facility set up with this guy. Another one of my sons works for Costco, which is like a Sam's Club, I think.
Sure.
And then my youngest works for an inside sales of commercial piping. My youngest is the one who still does stuff where, like, I saw him the other night and he said, yeah, so the other day I got called and my buddy said, hey, you want to ride a motorcycle in this music video? Oh, okay. So, he'll go and he'll act in these little things because acting is what he would like to eventually get into. But he's been smart and he's stuck with this job that pays him really damn well for not having this high education in this place. He got in lucky. And so he's like, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try and hang on the side and see what I can get. So there's lots of fun little prospects that he's always working on.
So does it help with, as far as your other son to be inspired by that because of your family history, or does that have nothing to do with any of that?
You know what I always think that maybe was inspiring, if anything, that I know I took at least was, wow, you can do anything. I mean, if my dad and my brother, these clowns, let's say, can make it in the industry doing what they sought out to actually go do, wow, then okay, yeah, you can do whatever you need, whatever you want to do.
Right.
I saw them do it. You know, and not to this grandioso, you know, gazillionaires. I'm not talking. I just mean guys to go out and make a living. I want to be an actor, or I want to be a stuntman, and damn, that's what they did. So I think they saw that and went, "That's pretty cool." And I go, "Yeah, that's few and far between, man. It doesn't seem like you're going to talk to a lot of people who go, I really love what I do." They just do what they do and wish they did what they love.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Man.
Well, I mean,
So
you know, and they all grew up at a different time, I'm sure, you know, compared to how you
absolutely.
grew up and everything, and how your brother grew up. So it's like,
Yeah, I mean, I had what I thought was normal, but I don't think everybody will say that what I had was a normal childhood, but it seemed like it. You know, it's all I knew, but totally different from my wife even. You know, we'll go back and forth on that. You know, did you know this? No, but did you know this? Well, no. I mean, it's just whatever. We didn't, I had none of the same kid stuff that she did or that most kids do. I don't know.
But it worked out anyway.
Oh, yeah. No complaints.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, you know, here in good old Minnesota here, I mean, it's I mean, I don't want to get too political about things, but I mean, might as well call a spade a spade. I guess Minnesota's getting recognized now because of the Walz being in the
Oh,
being
good
in
God.
the potential
Don't
vice
get me
president.
going, man.
Well,
Don't get me going.
you might as well. I mean, people only think we're a political show anyway. We're just a variety show. If we bring it up, we talk about
What do
it.
we
No.
know? We don't have nothing to say about it. We're just from the land of rocks and cows. There ain't shit we got to say about it.
No. All I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it at this. All of the three of us in this panel right now are Minnesotans. We truly know what our government is like in this state. Everybody around the United States thinks, "Oh, this is great state. He's doing a great job." It's all coming out now, and it already has started. How much of a frickin' schlep and a lie and a false guy he is. So now at least the rest of the country can find out how much of a dipshit this guy is and how bad our state, how much our state is. So we're hurting right now bad. So
Bad.
I'm just glad. I just think it's just going to make it that much better for the rest of us. And I'm done talking about it now.
And let me chime in because when you were saying it's not political, but you know what? I love hearing from you because you're the boots on the ground. That to me isn't politics. That's, hey, this is how I'm affected. Call it what it is. So bravo. I didn't know any of what you guys were saying. So you just shared some information with me that maybe I should be keying into because you know.
It's funny up here because my company is based out of Grand Forks, North Dakota. My wife and I, we're Minnesota residents. We live across the river in Minnesota, but I'm more involved as the job goes in North Dakota politics. Well, right now I had a county commissioner on with me today, and we're talking about, you know, on the election is going to be abolishing property taxes in North Dakota. That's up for a vote this year. You know, Minnesota, we're still paying for the George Floyd riots when they burned down how many millions of dollars, billions of dollars.
No
we're still
way.
paying for all this shit.
Really?
You know, and people don't, the COVID welfare fraud in Minnesota was unbelievable that they kind of just swept under the rug. There's just so many dirty politicking kind of things going on in the state that now is finally going to get out. I mean, like, you know, his record as a coach. Well, he was an assistant coach until he got run out because he got a Dewey going like 90 miles an hour in a 50.
That was before he came to Minnesota.
Yeah, before he came to Minnesota, and then claimed to the cop he was deaf. I mean, and look at his service record. You know what? I got no problem. I hats off to the guy for being in the National Guard for as many years as he was. Here's what I would have done if I would have had that many years into it, and I probably should have retired a long time ago with a good record, and I knew I was going to get deployed. Hell, I'll retire, but face up to it. Don't lie. Don't,
He
back
bailed up on his whole
when he
group.
was talking about banning assault weapons in Minnesota, it's well, we want to ban the weapons that I carried when I was in the mill. You never even saw action. He never went and saw any wars. He never did any of that. Anyway, okay, you got me going. I said I was going to quit. Now I'm done. But it's really tough because North Dakota's got a ton of money. They got all this oil money. Minnesota, who we should have a ton of money, we got jack squat. Like Mama T said, we're rocks and cows. When they were burning down Minneapolis, President Trump called him and said, "Do you need the National Guard?" He said, "Nope. The Minnesota National Guard is nothing but a bunch of 19-year-old cooks." That's what he said to him. And we're still paying for it today. So now the rest of the country can see what kind of a dipshit this guy is and how big of a pair of dipshits these two are going to make together running. So, okay. And by the way, I am a conservative. There you go.
Tell Laura I
That
love
felt pretty
you.
good, you guys. Hey, that felt pretty good.
Yeah, well, hey, you got it out of your system, huh?
About it, his wife is.
Hey,
Tell
that's nothing.
John,
You should
you
hear
tell
about
Laura I
my
love
wife.
you.
Oh, well.
She's right here. She hears you.
Yeah,
Mama
we hear
Just
everything
tell
she's
her
saying too. She's talking to you and you're talking to us, and we're just trying to take it all in, I guess.
Wow. I mean, come on. We all pay bills. We all have to put gas in our car. We all have mortgages. Everything has gone up 300,000% in the last 4 years. It's ridiculous. And the people that don't get it, I don't get them not getting it. I mean, my God, we used to have money. Now we're scratching.
Because they don't want to get it. People don't want to change their minds about stuff.
The way I'm running things, move to a different state.
Yeah, Walz told people in Minnesota, if you don't like the way we're running shit, move. He said, move to a different state. That's what he said.
Wow.
I mean, you son of a bitch. Would you let me quit now that I keep quitting?
All I want to know is, was it a good thing for Minnesota, or should we be embarrassed now? I mean, I thought it was a good thing for our state that at least we're getting recognized. At least for something.
No. Well, we're going to be recognized for all the wrong reasons. Is the problem? They're tearing him apart already as we speak in the media. All of this stuff is coming up, but then again, it depends on. Don't watch mainstream media. Look at some of the other things like the podcasts and things, the ones that are going to actually say it like it is, because all of mainstream media now is bought. It's either Republican or Democrat. It's conservative, which is very rare. You're not going to get the whole truth unless you go to who? Yeah, Newsmax is a good one, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, Minnesota's going to get recognized for all the wrong reasons.
I was listening to Fox 8. I kept hearing Minnesota, but I wasn't paying attention. I'm glad you brought it up. Why?
Yeah.
I'm on my computer and I hear the TV going about Minnesota this, Minnesota. I'm like, holy shit. Never hear nothing about Minnesota. Unless you want to go cow tipping, we'll go to Minnesota.
Sure, absolutely.
We don't cow tip here, dude.
Yeah. Well, they're talking about they're talking about that documentary about that was floating around YouTube about the death of Minneapolis. We'll say, even though Minneapolis is still around, but I remember that time. That was right after the whole George Floyd thing, and I'm just like, I couldn't believe they're just letting people get away with all this stuff, and robbing freaking Targets stuff in pure daylight.
I don't know how many of you know this. I know Frankie and Mama T, you do the Rocks and Cows Coalition.
Yeah.
It was really big after the last election, and they're the ones that were putting up those billboards around the state where they had Biden with his head up his ass. I don't know if you guys ever saw any of that on social media.
I see them all.
So
got shirts anyway.
I figured out who these guys were, and Frankie and Mama T, I don't know if you know that. They're very local, like within miles of your house. And I figured it out, but they're low key. They don't want anybody to know who they are. So as soon as I found out that she had picked him to be her running mate, I got a hold of the guy. I knew he was in Sturgis, but I'm like, dude, you need to resurrect the Rocks and Cows Association, society again. And he's like, we're on it. Let me know. I'll get a hold of you when we get back. But yeah, it'll be fun. I can't wait for the next set of billboards to start going up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's definitely gonna be something, that's for sure. But like I say, we're not a political show. We're just a variety show, and I want to make that perfectly clear to all our viewers out there because there's nothing wrong with a little variety. That's been the whole idea of this podcast since day one. Variety, a mix. If we talk about politics, it's just because that's what's maybe something interesting has happened. As it gets closer to election time, we more likely will. Well, depending on the time frame, we will probably talk about it, but I don't know if we're going to do anything special about it.
The
Unless I
problem
decide
is
to do a live
politics
thing about it.
politics is everywhere on TikTok, Facebook. You can't get away from
Hey,
it
it's our
anymore.
future.
It's so much.
It's our future.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, what does Mama T have to think about that? Because I'm sure she has some opinions about just I mean, as far as like you run a bar or you help run a bar. Do you think it matters who's in office that will help make your bar more efficient as far as how people come through it?
Oh, hell yeah. So I know your stance on tipping, for instance, just right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
What happened?
You're fine. You're fine.
So, well, I saw your mouth moving and I didn't hear anything out of it. So I wasn't sure if my ears shut you off or. No, so people, I even talked to somebody else, bars and restaurants should pay their servers a living wage.
Oh,
and stop it. I see now you're doing it, Sam. Pay a living wage so that, they don't have to rely on their tips. But the problem with that is the state, the government, they automatically assume 20%. And they tax you on a server on it, which means even if the place paid them a living wage, the government would still tax that 20%, assuming that they're getting 20% of that in tips. And then the bar or restaurant would have to raise the price of food. So you're either going to bitch about having to pay tips or you're going to bitch about the price of the food. Because the price of food for even small businesses has gone up so much that all these small businesses everywhere, they're closing down. Everything's closing down because price of everything, unless you are a chain or a corporate, you're paying way more because you can't order as much. Plus, people don't have as much dispendable income, so they're not coming out to the bars as much as they used to. Because during COVID, everybody got their garage set up as a bar,
Yeah, where we live, when COVID hit, the pandemic hit, there were 1,200, 1,600 businesses shut down in Minnesota that are no longer exist. But here, you could walk across the bridge and it was business as usual at the bars and restaurants in North Dakota.
Yep.
Just across the bridge where we live. And they were closing businesses for good in Minnesota. Yeah. So the government, there's the difference right there.
Yeah.
The problem
North
is
Dakota's
people are freaking idiots because we talk about this all the time. My family's Democratic. I'll vote for Joe Biden. My brother's another one to vote for Joe Biden, and they bitch about the food going up. They bitch about the gas prices and this and that, and then they only listen to one side of the story, which is CNN. That's all they watch. I watch Fox News. I'll switch to CNN and see what's going on, but it's not the same. I mean, they make everybody look so good at CNN.
Did they forget?
I got to prove to these people on my phone
4, 5, 6, 7 years ago.
What's that?
It's funny how people tend to forget what it was like 5 or 6 years ago, when everything has doubled since then. It's like, is your memory that short? Don't you remember what it was like?
Right.
Do you remember what price of eggs was?
Keep that part out.
Like the price of eggs or bread, even. Like what?
It's ridiculous.
3-4 months ago, it was like $10 for a carton of eggs. You freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
What do you guys pay for a gallon of regular unleaded gas?
$3.29.
We're
like
at
that.
$3.19 right now.
which is cheap. Yeah,
We're
it's
at
cheap now.
319 right now, which isn't so bad if you consider that it's so bad not being so bad. That's for regular unleaded. I think we're at 319.
But do you realize back in before 2000, it was $1.90, $1.80, $1.85. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, $1.60.
When Trump was in office, it was $2.50. It was $2.65.
It was cheaper than that, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, for a short time.
Yeah, it went
during
below
the
2
pandemic.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you'll get these people still vote for the Democrats, and I'm not against people voting for who you want to vote for. I really don't. But
That's all right.
I think I'd do a better job. I mean, if everyone voted for me, things would work out great. But anyway, you know, and like my brother, I come visit, but I can't afford the gas. Well, don't vote for Joe Biden, bitch. You'd be able to afford gas.
It was the first time in the history of this country that we were 100% self-sufficient. I remember when he first started, he came up with these farmers' tariffs. We're all farming up here. We're agriculture up here. We have all 90% of the sugar you get comes from right here. And farmers right off the bat were like, nope, we don't like this. And then they started going, wait a minute, this is going to work. And it did. Pretty soon we weren't importing. We were only exporting. Steel, yeah, the prices went up a little bit. But if you know anything about steel, you buy that shit that comes from overseas. It's garbage. I would not put my name on some of that stuff. American steel came back, cost a little bit more, made more jobs. The whole thing, we were just self-sufficient like we should be. We should not have to rely on anybody or anything. We're a good enough country, and now we're the laughing frickin' stock of the world. And man, I'm really going off tonight, you guys. You got to quit
what, John?
this.
I love listening because I feel like we have a professional radio. I'm waiting for a commercial to break in when you're talking. You know what I'm saying? That's how good you are.
So, presented by this sparkling water.
Well, that'll probably be next week when we go live.
John is the best, man. I'm telling you, that guy can really talk. I love you, man.
Yeah. Well,
I got some Baileys in here.
Got some Sam's Club, pop. Dr. Pepper.
I can listen to John all day, man. He's greatest.
Well, next week we'll be live in the studio.
I don't get to do this at work, so
yeah. Well, next week we'll be live in the studio, and it'll be fun.
Don't it feel good to John?
What I want to do, and I'm going to say it again to let people know that next week we're going to go early, like 5:00 will be the start of the show, but it'll be live the whole time, pre-show included, whatever, because we have some guests planned for next week's 1-year anniversary show.
Oh, is that next week? I'm sorry, I'm on drunk.
But the guy that was with me since day one, forgets when the anniversary show is. It's technically on the 20th, but since Monday falls on the 19th, it'll be on the 19th. It'll be next Monday. So it'll probably be almost a 2.5-hour show, probably, is what it'll come out to be. Because we got a couple guests. Well, it's a big show, though. It's 1-year anniversary show. Here, Bauer T complaining again.
Well, we start at 5. That's all right.
I don't think I can smoke in the studio now, can I?
Probably not. But,
Nope.
Anyway, it'll be fine. You'll enjoy it, and then you'll get to be in the studio. I don't know if you've ever been in the studio before. I mean, they got a nice setup over there.
I'm a T. I wish I was there. I wish I was gone. I'd give up my smoking for a little bit.
That'd be so cool if you guys could all come up here one time, man. That'd be so cool.
I would love to, man. I'd love to meet you guys. I mean, I'd just like to start off at Little Bobby's, then head up to wherever you guys are. And
well, you gotta come to visit me too,
you come pick me up. Visit me at Little Bobby's there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You don't want to come to my house at all, which is just 10 minutes away from.
Yeah, right.
You start at Little Bobby's. You start at Little Bobby's. You grab Mama T, then you work your way to Brooks, where Sean is, and then on the way here we stop. And I'll show you, we have 2 hunting cabins in the middle of 160-acre woods. That's really pretty cool. Right off the highway on the way here. And then that's just getting going when you get here. It's pretty cool up here.
That's a fun,
I love it. You don't know how bad I want to go up there, dude. I wish my VW bug would make it.
No, you're going to have to bring a bus.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
15,000 lakes in Minnesota. 15,000 lakes in Minnesota.
You could take the Amtrak. Doesn't the Amtrak go from Ohio to Minnesota, or it goes to Grand Forks anyway?
That
I know
does.
that.
Comes right up to
Industrial
Grand
Park.
Forks.
Yeah, Industrial Park.
I don't think it stops in McIntosh though.
Oh, why? We got railroad tracks everywhere. Helen Brooks here, we got the train going off every hour or so. Every 3 hours or so, there's a train coming by here. This fucking town, dude.
I'm watching these messages coming up.
Yeah.
Ian thinks that you guys should let me take smoke breaks and compromise.
Well, I mean,
friend
You
of
can do
mine,
that.
You can
that's up to you. I mean,
you
that's
can do that.
a friend
You
of
know
mine,
what, Mama T,
Nicole.
we're literally a 30-second walk to the door from our studio. So you could definitely walk out and take a smoke break. That's not a big
yeah.
deal.
Not
Dude, it's
expecting you to be
14
out
hours
The
for me to
people that
drive
run
just
the mall smoke.
14 hours, huh?
14 hours to go to Minnesota, not talking from address to address. It's probably like good 16 hours.
Yeah. Well, once you're
And
here,
so I
then
got to
we'll.
say hi.
Oh, it'd be
Hi,
more, well,
Darren. Hi, Ian. Hi, Nicole.
Hey, everybody.
And you know, I miss you guys.
Well,
We
how
miss
can you
you.
miss us? We're right here. How can you miss us? We're right here. Yeah.
I said missed,
Oh.
like past tense.
Oh. Okay. Well, we missed you too.
Absolutely.
Hey,
I feel like,
it works out anyway. So I mean, we're all happy.
I feel like we're the Blues Brothers looking for our band, and we found the last member.
I know. We found the last member. We thought we found the last member. Then she skipped town to find herself a little bit, and then she realized that, you know what, I need my bandmates. You know,
Yeah.
because who's gonna play bass?
Yeah.
You know,
Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that.
I mean,
Because
I'm not tied down to the bar anymore. I mean, these kids have done such an amazing job taking over this bar. Like, I didn't. They're doing a better job than I did. I mean, now,
Good.
granted, I was by myself. I mean,
Has
Bobby
it
would
been-
come down.
has it
But-
been busy? I mean, as far as business goes, as far
Some things have picked up. Mondays haven't picked up much.
because I might come down there tomorrow or Wednesday because payday's coming up here soon, and so I'll probably come down there.
You should come down on Friday.
I can't. I gotta work.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I was gonna say
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
so Bobby's grandma's fry bread recipe.
Yeah.
Nobody had it but Bobby,
Yeah.
and he passed it down to me. I finally perfected it. So
Ooh.
Friday I'll be passing it down to Catherine
Oh
and
my
teaching her how
God.
to make the.
Wow.
Oh boy!
that's worth a ride.
Don't tell blind dog.
We all love fried bread around
Don't
here.
tell blind dog.
I don't care if you're native or not. If you haven't experienced the love of fried bread, man, I tell you, it's a wonderful thing. It's a
I
wonderful
need
thing.
to. I need to.
Didn't that spawn the Ufta taco basically?
Could have.
I think so.
I mean,
Fry bread?
kind of like that, I guess. You know, the elephant ear or the actual dough itself. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I mean,
Were they native
No,
too, or were
that's
they
good stuff. Man.
were the people that owned the Ufta tacos?
Well,
Native
Ufta
American too, or-
tacos, they're actually Métis Indians. They're French Canadian Indians.
Oh, that's what I am too. I guess I found out. Who knew? Yeah,
But
my mom told
Ufta
me
is
that.
a Scandinavian term.
Yeah. It's a silly things that happen around here in this area, but they're not supposed to. I guess so. I don't know, but I will say that the new Twisters movie officially comes out on digital tomorrow. So if you haven't seen the sequel to the first Twister film, it's coming out tomorrow. You know, it's been in theaters for a while. And Thief River here, it was hard to even get a freaking ticket because you know it's not hard to pre-order, do it online. You know, because I've done that before and I don't have a problem doing that. But like every day, it's like sold out, almost sold out. You know, all those air times and stuff. And I'm pretty sure elsewhere,
That
I
big
don't-
city of Thief River.
yeah, Lance. I mean, in your area, I mean, are you close to the theaters over there, or do you go to the
Yeah.
theaters over there? Do they do pretty
Yeah,
good?
I don't really go. I mean, that's what's funny. I really there hasn't been, with no offense to any movie or anything, there's just not really anything that gets me in the seats at all. So
Okay. What about the
Speaking
new
of in the seats,
Beetlejuice? Come on now.
I just noticed Antique Man's shirt.
yeah.
Yes, go Bison. Go Bison.
I won't hold it against them. I like them.
We'll keep them around for another year.
Wait,
Well,
who's
no,
that?
No,
Antique Man,
kinda-
Dakota Bison outfit.
Out of Fargo, North
yeah,
Dakota
if
State
you know anything
University.
about college football, you know who the NDSU Bison are. They're phenomenal. They're good, and you know, it's funny because when you were talking about getting the state notice, that's the thing about Bison football. Grand Forks, where my business is here, we have the University of North Dakota. Then you have North Dakota State University, which is the Bison. So we're in the same conference. Well, the Bison have been so good for so long, and it was just a matter of time because no matter what, they bring attention to North Dakota football. It's not like North Dakota's the college football mecca of the frickin' country by any means. But with the
No.
Bison, well, now last year, UND beat the Bison. And so, and I've been telling people forever, hey, I'll root for the Bison because one day we'll beat them and it'll put us on the map. But yeah, our daughter-in-law works for the Bison. She's basically the Bison football team's party planner for the fundraising and all that shit. That's what my daughter-in-law does.
Okay.
So she's got a pretty cool job.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I can see you guys.
Is that something? Okay, well, because we still got some time before our guest comes on, I have a segment planned here that I think is would be, I've been trying to do these segments every week because I'm trying to tell everybody to come up with some segments. Oh, look, there he is. There's Louis or Lewis. Oh,
Sorry.
where's Wally? Where's he? Is he
He's
around?
downstairs.
Oh, okay. The corgi, Wally, ladies and gentlemen. I got a segment planned for today. It's similar to last week's segment, if you guys remember. This is just something that I've been finding online. Just some fun segments, just to get you guys to think a little bit. It's not necessarily picking on anybody. It's just, hey, let's see how far we can take humor, and turn it into a segment. So I have some true and false questions for you guys.
True.
So, okay. I haven't said it yet, sir. Hold on there.
Wait, how are you gonna ask each and one of us something? Because
no, I'm going to ask you guys.
we're all gonna yell and answer.
Well, okay. I'm just whoever. Well, I mean, I guess we'll just play it by ear.
Did we plead the fifth?
I guess so. Oh, that means you want to participate. Huh? You're like, I'm out. I'd rather drink a beer right now.
I'm in.
All right.
All right.
So let's give it a try. Let's see how everybody does here. Because yes, there is a little bit of delay, but it is what it is.
True.
All right. Yeah, that is true. Very much true. Okay.
Oh.
We're gonna do a food and drink true or false. Okay. Because who doesn't love food? Who doesn't love drink?
Good idea, Antique.
Yeah. So let's start with the first one. Now, this is a really big word that I've never said before, so hopefully I don't butcher it. But the first one is alliumphobia is a fear of garlic. True or false?
Honey, Alia, is that garlic?
Allium? Is that
Alliumphobia?
is that a fear of
Alliumphobia. Is
Yeah.
that a fear of garlic?
Allium sounds more like metal.
Well, it's not aluminum.
That's what I'm wondering. How's it spelled?
Is that your way of saying fuck this or Supreme Sam? Was the after the T? Okay, so false. Okay.
How's it spelled?
How's it spelled? It's spelled ALLIUM and then phobia.
Oh,
ALLI.
like that makes a difference. How's it spelled?
Just fall on the ground.
Yeah, of
All right.
course.
All right, so the answer is true.
Oh, see, it was all in the spelling.
Oh yeah, because that makes a difference. Aluminum or allium,
Oh, yeah.
All right, how about this one? M&M stands for Mars and Moredale, like the company or the candy.
What's the spelling?
It's just M&M's. M&M, the company stands for. Hold on here. Stands for Mars and Moredale. That's what the company is.
You know what that
No,
means,
true or
right?
false?
False.
F off.
False.
Yeah. Fuck off. Yeah. Okay.
No
All
way.
right. So false. It is false. M&M stands for Mars and Murray. So that's the name of the company. That's Mars and Murray Company for M&M candies. Whoever decided that, huh? All right.
Oh, and we've got guests chiming in too. Nicole's got both of them right.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, participate in the chat if you want. It was a little fun anyway. How about this one? A cara, maybe? Navel is a type of orange. I'm pretty
Spell
sure I
it.
butchered that. It's just CR or CARA. CARA.
Cara navel?
Yeah, it's a type is a
It
type
is.
of orange. True
True.
or false? All right, it's true. So very good. So everybody said true.
You
Coffee.
would have never said navel. I would have never said.
Oh, here's my question. Here's my question.
Oh, what? Oh, about coffee? Coffee is made from berries. True or false? Is that what did the dog say? True.
Made from what? Berries?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, you guys,
Oh,
wow.
did they consider beans berries?
I guess so.
Okay, true.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
what I think.
It's true. When coffee berries turn
They
from
call
green
them.
to bright red in
They call
color.
them coffee beans, though.
Yeah, I
They
know.
do.
True.
And they
when
also consider tomatoes a fruit when they're or a vegetable when they're actually a fruit. So
it says when coffee berries turn from
Oh,
green to bright
boy.
red in color, this indicates ripeness, and they are picked, processed, and dried before being roasted and turned into coffee. So it's true. All right, here's another
Isn't
one here.
coffee just brewed water?
It's not what you thought it was going to be, huh? All the time you're drinking berry. Is that something? How about this one? Spaghettio is the singular word for a piece of spaghetti. True or false? What do you guys think? Let's wait for all the answers up here.
Spaghettios.
Yes, I'll read it one more time.
False.
Spaghettio is a singular word for a piece of spaghetti. True or false?
Hey, Antique Man's looking that shit up. I don't care what anybody says.
All right. So the answer is true. Generally, Italian words ending in O are singular.
Yeah, it's not spaghettio, it's spaghetto.
And words
You pronounced
ending
it
in
wrong.
I are words ending in I are
That's
plural.
what I said. True.
Lots of spaghettios make spaghetti. So
No,
so
not
true.
spell that.
What spaghetti?
Spell it, Sean. Yeah.
Spaghetto.
Right, spaghetto, not spaghettio.
That's spaghetto.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? I was always saying spaghetti.
Okay.
Wow. Well, that's kind of a
Spaghetto?
mind blower, kind of. I mean, I was said
Oh, that makes a
spaghettios, you know?
difference.
Yeah, that does make a difference. Okay, how about this one? Ketchup was once used to cure diseases like diarrhea and colds. True or false?
Cure or give?
Cure.
Okay.
Cure.
Cu-
Hey, this is just the internet for you. True or false? Okay, so we got some of the answers here. It is.
Boy, I could see it going both. I don't know.
It's true. The answer is true, and they never give a reason why it's true. It just says true. Is that something? Yeah. What, have you gotten diarrhea from ketchup before, Lance? Is there a story you want
I'll have
share?
to try that.
Yeah.
So the next time I'm supposed to just what?
Yeah, just make a video of
Take
you
a
having
couple
diarrhea.
straight shots.
Yeah, make a video of you having diarrhea and using the toilet and show it everybody. That's your
And then
assignment.
straight shot and some ketchup.
Yeah.
Hey,
you said,
It's
This is
funny
not a
because
shitty
the majority
show.
of the people,
Let's not start now.
the majority of the people up in this neck of the world are Scandinavian, and they don't like anything hot. So ketchup will give them diarrhea and heartburn. I mean, it's just that's just the way it is. It's funny.
Well, we went to Aldi's today. I saw ketchup chips for the first time, but it was the Aldi brand of ketchup
Oh,
chips.
that's a huge thing in Canada.
Yeah.
You say
Very,
Aldi's?
Aldi's, yeah.
Aldi's nuts?
Aldi's.
That's right. That's right.
Aldi's grocery. Yeah.
Wow, you're nuts, I tell you. Okay, here's one here for you. Honey will usually never go bad. True or false?
True.
That's true. You're right. It's true. Oh, you guys know your honey lingo,
Condoms,
Right.
if they have a hole in them, could cause babies.
huh? Oh, that's
True or
true.
false, guys?
We only got 2 left here. Then the segment will be done. The Caesar salad was invented in France. True or false?
False.
Yeah.
False. Yeah, false. How about you, Antique Man? What do you think?
That was invented in Rome.
It was invented in Caesar.
False. It was invented in Tijuana, Mexico in the early 1920s by Caesar Cardini, an Italian chef.
That's funny. I just read that story. My wife and I just had a Caesar salad last night.
Did you have a Caesar or a Caesar? A diarrhea from ketchup.
All I know is it was Mexican.
Well, Olay, I guess, you know. I tell you. All right, and the last one, and this is probably easy information, but pizza was invented in Rome, Italy. True or false?
False.
Okay. Yeah, false here. Let's see. The answer is false. It was invented in Naples, Italy.
Okay,
Okay, who wants
I
to be
got
on
one,
my
guys.
next trivia?
Or
Who wants to be
Naples,
on my trivia
Rome.
team?
Pick a number.
All right.
Yeah.
3.
Who pick 3?
All sex men. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
That's awesome.
All right. If you want to go there, I guess we'll go there.
Love it.
Does that mean we have something in common?
Well, next week I gotta plan a fun segment for our live show because that, you know, I'm gonna have to do a little bit.
I
more
like that
research
tonight.
for
That
it.
was fun.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna send the invite to our guest here, Mr. SONNY ONOO, and hopefully he won't do what our last guest 2 weeks ago did and told us that he wasn't going to come on because we were being too political. You know? And I'm
Is
just
that
like,
what he said?
That's what he said. And I'm
Wait,
just like,
is that Steven Tyler?
well, Steven Taylor, yeah.
No, it's Steven Tyler. He said that?
No, it wasn't Steven Tyler.
What did he
Steven
say?
Taylor. He was upset because we were being too political on our show. I said, dude, we're not a political show. We're just a
Oh, is that
that
why
had
you
to have
keep
been
saying
me,
variety?
Yeah, I kept saying, well, we're a variety show, and you should know that. Plus, I said, if there's something that you don't want to talk about, you let me know, and I will honor your requests.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like
We
I
don't
always
hardly
do.
ever talk politics.
No,
And if it is, it's usually me, but
it was
I
2
don't
weeks
go on
ago.
that.
It was 2 weeks
Unless
ago
the
when
dude's a total freaking lib.
Maybe he felt like if he got on the show and he had different opinions, he was gonna feel attacked or something.
Well, put it this way: he used to be on
I would never
Spotify.
do that.
He used to be on Spotify, you know, as far as like, you know, for Spotify, you know, music and everything, and all his music was put on there. And then also one day it wasn't. I don't know who's telling him not to put his stuff online anymore, but it's like,
I hate to
how you
say
ever
he's a
gonna get
Joe
noticed
Biden
at all?
voter.
Well, I don't really, you know, I mean, because I love the guy and I love his music, but it's like all I was trying to do is just give him a chance to share his music with us.
I would never throw anybody under the bus because of their political beliefs. I never would. All I would do would be state facts, and that's no big deal. If you don't want to talk politics, we'll be friends. If you want to talk politics, we might not see eye to eye, but big deal.
Yeah,
It's
let's all be professional, be, you know, fun people and stuff. This show's all about having fun. That's what
I know, and I
the whole
can't
idea is.
figure it out because I can yet in 4.5 years, I still have only had like one Democrat on my show, and I just can't figure out why.
I tell you, you gotta get. You know,
I think it's because their nuts are probably real small and they don't want to get on and have to deal with you, and so that says a lot.
Well, let me ask this question: is anybody on the panel Democrat anyway, or no?
I guess not. I don't care. I don't care either way. I'm independent.
Me either. I really
I'm
don't.
independent.
Seem
I
not
I vote for whoever is going to do a better job. I look at the candidate themselves. I try not to lean either way. I mean, I'm not
conservative.
Yeah, I'm not really a fence rider, but you know, I would support the Green Party if there was somebody actually up for election. I would support independents, you know, conservatives. if there's a good Democrat or Republican running, I'll support them. I don't even look at what their affiliation is. I look at what they've done.
But the problem is nowadays it ain't like that. If you're a if
Nope.
you're a Republican, and Democrats hate your fucking guts. I mean, let me tell you something.
Doesn't matter. We're not a team anymore.
See, what makes me
how many years we lost the election, and I would just go, crap. We got to do better in 4 years. We're still a team. Let's do this. Ever since it went the other way when Trump won, they hated us, and everything was, it could have been the best idea in the whole world, and it was, no, it's the worst idea. It's
right.
it's like, come on, we're supposed to be a team. We went from being the powerhouse country of the world to the lapping. There's wars going on all over the world right now. None of that shit happened when Trump was president. They just, because he wouldn't let it. We were the powerhouse, and yeah, you work hard, it pays off. And okay, I'm sorry, I'm yelling again.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we better quit now before we lose another guest.
Yeah. Don't want to get too crazy. I tell you what.
Yeah, stop scaring people away, damn it.
Yeah, I sent you guys the link to the.
When you guys do decide to come up here, come on up to the conservative camp at our house. It's a nice log house out in the woods. You'll like it.
I'm thinking about going from Republican, because I'm like you. If you're good, you know what? I'll vote for you. And I'll be honest with you. I just started voting when Trump got, like, in 2020, I just started voting but I got interested in politics whenever Roy Obama, when he got in, I loved him the first 4 years. He speaks beautiful. He listened to him, but the last 4 years, I just think he divided the country too much, and I didn't fall for it. But when Trump got elected, I'm a big Trump fan. I'm a big fan, let me tell you. I love Trump. Not like Trump. I watched
It'll
Trump.
be excellent.
We used to watch The Apprentice, and I love Trump, but you know what? I don't care who you like. That's your prerogative. That's who you like. I mean, I don't care. Like my brother, like he'll come on a show and say, I'm a Trumpster, because we're talking about Trump. And then when you're over at my sister's house Saturday, he'll be going, yeah, I don't like Trump. I like Biden and this and that. Who cares? I don't care if he likes Biden, but quit bitching about the gas prices and the fucking price of food.
You know who I think
put us here.
You know who I think should just be our president and just see what happens just for our own entertainment?
Who?
Gary Busey.
Oh Jesus!
Come on! I'll be the vice president then. I'll do vice president.
How much different is
who
he
the hell
than
was I
Sleepy
thinking of?
Joe?
No, I was
He's
thinking
probably got more shit going on upstairs than Joe does.
I would listen to
who's
all
the
You know what?
musician?
I don't care who it is.
Huh?
I just want what's right for the best for the country.
Who's that
I want
radical
what's best for the
musician that-
country, that's it.
What?
Who's the radical musician that's all for guns and everything?
Ted Nugent? Kid
Yeah,
Rock?
there you go.
Nugent.
Yeah.
Let's
that would
try
be
him.
He's not radical.
How would be the Busey and Nugent?
No, Ted Nugent and Kid Rock to be vice president.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. No, I'd rather have Gary
Hey,
Busey be
you
part
know,
of
he
it.
did a
I
good
got
job
to
at
spend
keeping-
about an hour with Ted Nugent. He was at our radio station, and it was
I love
pretty
him.
cool. I
Oh,
told
yeah.
him,
You know-
I said, you know what? I said, my wife had a cat named Ted Nugent, and she thinks Nancy Pelosi is the Antichrist, and Ted Nugent just went, fucking A, you're cool. I love your wife.
Well, if those two were running, I mean, even if they did a shitty job, at least they'd entertain us while they were doing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Especially Busey.
and yeah, with
They
Gary,
was
I mean,
literally rock
imagine
those press
imagine Gary coming to Minnesota and doing his first speech or whatever. I wonder what he would say. As I
Take him ice fishing.
Oh yeah. I'm just a huge Gary Busey fan. I love all his films. I thought he was Buddy Holly when I was a little
I
kid
did
because
too.
I thought
Yeah, he was great in that.
Yeah, until I knew who Buddy Holly
I thought
really
he was
I
awesome
like,
in that. Yep.
Yeah, he's just a great actor.
Oh my God. Ian Thorpe says, vote for Gary, Sean's vice president.
That's right. The Busey Slauson ticket would just be great.
Mad Dog, you still watching?
Heaven help us.
Hey, I need you guys. You guys would be part of my staff, my cabinet, right here. There you go. Got camera
Oh,
right
yeah.
here, people. I'm a original people that are normal individuals, right?
Can I be in charge of like snacks or something easy?
You can be part of the film crew and everything. You can
I
be
tried to do my Trump impression on stage. You're gonna vote for Sean. Sean's a great guy. Great guy. Let me tell you. Just gave me a chance again. He's trying to make me great again.
That's right. That's right. Well, our guest should be coming on about 7 o'clock here in a few minutes. So, but
All right.
I want to let you guys know about the guests that we're having on for next week and for the episode in a couple weeks. Because what we're gonna do, what my plan is, and now that we have almost everybody here other than Mad Dog, we're gonna go until August, until the end of August, and then we're gonna take the first 2 weeks off of September because I figure you guys deserve a couple weeks off for committing to almost 2 months straight, of this back and forth show. We'll come back mid-September and go through until Halloween, and we'll have my birthday runs on a Monday episode as well on the 30th, so that'd be great. My 41st birthday. We'll do a special episode for that.
41st, Jesus. God.
Yeah, kids, I tell you.
But
How old?
but 41. But I'm 40 right now, so let's just enjoy the 40.
I'll be
right
67. Jesus
well, not
Christ.
until next year. Just enjoy what you are now. Don't jump the gun. But anyway,
I'm still
so
66, bitch.
we're going until Halloween, and then we'll take 2 weeks off for hunting, like we did last year, and then we'll go until Christmas, and then maybe this time for the holiday, I might just give us either a 3-week break or maybe take the whole month of January off and come back in February for season 4.
And when we going to Daytona?
End of January.
Okay. Well, whatever. I mean, that's still a ways away. So, I mean, I'm just figuring, since we're doing things a little bit differently and the schedule's a little, I mean, since we're doing Mondays, we're not switching anytime soon. I don't think so anyway.
Good, because you're gonna step on my toes.
Yeah, but we gotta find a way to get Mama T's show back on the positive track that it was before all this BS happened.
It will.
So.
It will. I just needed a break.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be rescheduling all the guests that I missed the last couple of weeks, and next week I think I've got Hadley next week. You guys heard of Hadley?
No.
And I think I've got Mark Anthony from the Shovel Cats.
No.
Oh,
I've heard of Mark Anthony, but not that Mark.
wow,
Anthony.
I haven't seen him forever.
Oh, we just saw him at Moondance.
Ugh.
Oh,
Cool.
In fact, I got this in the mail.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
Album?
I didn't even know the shop. I didn't even know they were still I didn't even know they were still gigging.
Go check your mail, Mama T. My DVD's in there.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I'll give you a CD.
Forgot-
too.
keep forgetting I'm wearing a wife beater. I should stop bouncing like that.
Well, you're giving off these Tomb Raider vibes, kind of, Hate to say it, but anyway. So, but yeah, our guest for next week will be Minnesota music historian Neil Bond, and he'll be on the show, and then the rock band from Roseau, Forgive the Forsaken, will be on the show next week, and then in 2 weeks we'll have Michael Klastorian, who wrote a book about Back to the Future and did a book about the musical that's going on in Broadway right now. They're coming to Minneapolis, and I really want to go, but I can't seem to get anybody to want to go, and I don't want to go by myself, so because they're playing in Minneapolis.
I know somebody who has nothing else going on.
Yeah, but somebody
But they're also broke, so
somebody willing to drive to Minneapolis. I don't want to drive to Minneapolis. I've seen
as long as you're a good navigator, I can drive.
Okay.
I'm used to having a blind guy
You act
that
like
knows
it's a
exactly
long
where
way.
every
It's
turn is.
Minneapolis, dude.
Where in Minneapolis?
I drive to
At
Florida
the
and back
Orpheum
and shit out
Theater.
every year.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The
How
place
far
where
is
Joe-
that from Minnesota? Or yeah.
Well, it's in Minneapolis, so so it's not
It's
too
about
far.
a 5-6 hour drive. from where I
Yeah.
am.
Thank you, Tanya. You answered the right question. This
I knew what
college-
you meant.
That's right.
I knew
I
what
know.
question you were trying to
Right.
ask.
From where I live, I could make it to Minneapolis, St. Paul in about 4.5 hours. If I'm
Yeah,
really hauling ass, I make a little over
3.5
4.
from Fargo. I always used to say,
Yep.
except for with the girls and the wife, it took about 8 hours.
Yeah, that's why I said what I
Yeah,
said,
right.
because I stopped to pee a lot. I'm 50 fucking years old, dude.
Yeah, because
Oh my God.
Grand Forks to Fargo is 75 miles.
our-
So
our
I'm
guest-
50, I'm 50
there's that
years
extra
old,
hour.
dude.
Yeah, you're right.
I believe our guest is making his appearance here. There he is. What's going on there, Sonny? How you doing, there, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. We're honored to have you on the show on Renegade Radio. I don't know how often you do podcasts, but I appreciate you coming on this show today.
No sweat.
So let's talk about well, if you want to, we want to introduce everybody. We are just kind of a group of misfits, kind of that just love entertainment, and you know some of us are big fans of wrestling and of WCW, and then you know some people are actually businessmen as well, as far as like and businesswomen, I should say, and we're very interested in learning about the ONOO backpack.
Yes,
So
we are.
whatever you
Well,
want to talk, whatever you want to talk about first, it's up to you.
Yeah, the backpack actually it's a brand. It's called ONO backpack,
Got it.
and they were reaching out to a bunch of wrestlers to endorse the product. And product is really good because it's got a hard shell. It has amazing amount of pockets. For those of us who travel for living, you know, it's nice to know where your passport is, where your charger is, where your keys are. You know,
Sure.
you can designate a specific compartment of that backpack, and it's got a place for hard shell bag to put your computer safely, and you know, I mean, you got to check it out. It's really a good backpack. And I think they were having all kind of promotion where you can get like 50% off, and a lot of guys, a lot of boys, and business uses it. Matter of fact, Eric saw the ad that I posted or endorsement I posted, and he ordered one, and so I think Ernest Miller's getting one, Dan Severn's getting one. You know what I mean? A lot of guys.
Yeah.
And if you go to their Facebook site or their website, you'll see a whole bunch of boys using them for as you know, especially if you're going away for like autograph signing like we do, you know.
Sure.
It just we don't want to carry a lot of stuff, but you have enough pack. Even have a storage compartment just for shoes. So you know, so it's a real cool backpack. People should check it out. And happened to be the name of the backpack was very similar to my last name. So
Oh, okay.
You know,
So
yeah,
so it
it's
wasn't
not-
your original
no, it's not my
invention
invention or my backpack. It just I endorsed it. So.
Okay. I was kind of wondering about that because I was just like I didn't know that you were doing side gigs or whatever, you know, to keep busy, you know.
So does it have one of
See-
those charge ports? You can just like carry a battery pack in there and plug anything you
Yeah.
want into it?
Sure does, yeah. Yeah, just about everything you can think of on there. It's really cool, you know. And what I like about
I got
it,
a really off the wall question.
sure.
I got a really off the wall question, Sonny. I always when you talked about shoes, there's a place for shoes. I'm a shoe guy, and what are you wearing shoes right now?
No, actually I'm in my
Because
living room or my office.
because
so
you
no.
usually wear very colorful shoes. Am I correct?
Yeah, what's amazing is that people love those, you know, and I like them. I've been wearing, and I didn't realize they were, you know,
I mean, it's like eyes up here, Mister. Quit looking at my shoes. I'm a
Yeah.
shoe guy too.
I had a
Ever since I
rainbow
found out
shoe.
you're going to be our guest, I've been dying to ask you that.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know,
Sorry.
they had a company that actually wanted to make my shoes. but you know, I just held off of it because there's a lot of we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm in that new video game that's coming out, the Virtual Basement. The name of the company, Wrestling Code is the name of the game. It's coming out. You know, it's got over 200 guys. DDP, the people I named earlier. You know, Perry Saturn, Ernest Cat Miller, a lot of my friends, Ultimo Dragon. You know, so I'm going to Japan to actually try to get some of the guys like Liger and those guys to be in the game as well. But what's really cool about the game, and if you guys remember how the video game used to be, is that you buy the video game, people's already in it. But now with a Fortnite model, everybody know what the Fortnite is, it's in the, as far as the video game goes, you can download stuff. You can download character, you can download weapons, you can download stuff. And what's cool about this game is that you can actually create a fantasy match of, you know, Bruiser Brody wrestling, you know, DDP, which never couldn't happen because it was different times, and they can have those matches in Tokyo Dome, you know. So because of what you can do with the game and what you can download, DLC is called the downloadable characters and content, and you could do a lot of cool things that you couldn't do. You could really do a fantasy matchup that was not possible, you know.
Well, I want to say, Sonny, just to let you know and let everybody else know that with you being on tonight's broadcast, you are actually our official 40th guest of 2024. So I really do
Nice.
appreciate that you doing that. Because, you know, I've always been a big fan of wrestling. I grew up watching WCW. I thought the NWO angle was probably one of the coolest ideas to come out in a long, long time. To make
Yeah.
wrestling cool. And I always enjoyed. Honestly, I enjoyed WCW a lot more than I enjoyed WWF. You know, just because WCW was kind of like how AEW is, and I know they don't like being compared to that, but the way they're doing things and everything, it just feels like some similarities anyway that I remember from a different time period. But you were with a lot of the cruiserweights and a lot of the the international stars, and I mean, it had to be a whirlwind for you, just all the responsibilities that you had just to get yourself on TV.
Well, you know, how I got to be on camera talent, you know, I have acted before. I done some movies and stuff because of my martial art thing. And I actually got in business because Eric asked me to go with him to Japan with a meeting with New Japan office to repair a business because the prior management of the WCW have taken close to $500,000 at the talent exchange program and didn't send any talent. And I believe that was like a 93 or 94. So Eric asked me to come along. Actually, he didn't tell me that's what we were going there for. I went there for just a free trip as my buddy.
Sure.
But it turned out that I was ended up in a meeting with three of the scariest guy that Masa Saito, Reki Choshu, and Sakaguchi, who was a 64 Olympic champion, heavyweight champion. And these guys are not cracking one smile. And I have no idea what's going on. I'm not in business. And Eric started to talk and I started to translate. And first thing he said is, I'd like to apologize for prior management. And that's when for the first time, as I'm listening to him and translating, I'm finding out that, his company, WCW, has taken $500,000, close to $500,000 out of these guys and didn't give him any talent.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd be pissed too.
Oh, absolutely.
So anyway, Eric says, "Hey, I'm in charge now. Let me make up the money you paid last year with this new year coming up." And at that point, Masa Saito says, "Hey, it's a matter of communication. We have a problem with the communication. I can never get a straight answer because back then Japan would go on a tours, which is 3 weeks tours. So if they they request a talent, they need somebody there, unless, you know, it's top end guys like Flair or Macho Man or, you know, Road Warriors. But you know, they need to be there for 3 weeks. And
You know,
clearing those notes and stuff like that. But anyway, to make the story short, that's how I got my job, as the person, a contact person who can give them a straight answer very quickly, and you know, making sure that talent knew, and after that it was pretty easy, actually.
Oh, that's awesome, John. What do you have for John Roberts here? Question.
well, after your stint with the wrestling and all of that stuff, now are you in Iowa? And I know you have kids and stuff now, but if you are in Iowa, how did you end up there? And I'm not sure if you're a hockey fan or not, but there's a lot of really good United States Hockey League teams down in Iowa. But
Yeah,
anyway, is that where you're at now?
Yeah, I am in Iowa today.
In Mason City?
Yeah, Mason City today. And I'll be going, I'm going to actually Cody, Wyoming to hang out with Eric Bishop for about 4 days at the celebrity golf thing. And Dan Severn will be there. Ernest Miller will be there. Hacksaw Jim Duggins will be there, along with a bunch of other baseball stars. You know, John Rocker and some of the, you know, the former basketball players and football players, they'll be there. So, you know, I'm gonna hang out and drink beer with a bunch of famous athletes. You know.
How'd you end up in Iowa?
I went to school up in Alaska after I left Japan, and one of my first job as you know, 18-year-old was, he said, hey, you know, they asked me, he said, hey, you want to get a job? My girlfriend, grandfather on the construction, Jacobson Construction, they built grain elevators. I had no idea what the hell grain elevator was. We built elevators. I'm thinking the kind of you push button, you go up and down. And it turns out the term is called cribbing. They actually take building by inch and a half at a time, you know, to laying out the 1x12, then you go to, you know, 1x10s and 1x8 and 1x6s, builds 140 feet up in air. But you know, it was a job, and I said, yeah, I do that. So that's how I came down to actually southern Minnesota, which is about 50 miles from here.
Yep.
And Bryceland, Minnesota, I built a grain elevator there. And then that made me move down here. Then I started teaching martial art Upper Lee YMCA, and ended up getting a job as a police instructor, tactical instructor. And then after that, I opened a karate school, and that's what I was doing. That's how I know Eric Bishop.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
I've
got a question. It's one of my favorite questions to ask people on my podcast. What do you think people would be the most surprised to find out about you?
About me? That I'm 6'2"? I don't know. That would be a lie.
Yeah, we know how short you are.
Well, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
But no, that I still work with a lot of you know, after 28 years, I still work with a lot of my talent. I kept in contact with a lot of guys. Matter of fact, I just booked Jushin Thunder Liger and Yuji Nagata Ultimo Dragon for Governor Walz, the new vice president nominated. He has one of his he has a battered woman shelter thing up in Minneapolis. So we're doing a fundraiser for that. And Governor Walz himself wanted to get Jushin Thunder Liger, because he was the very first person when we did the first Nitro, Mall of America.
Yeah.
His son was there, and he met Liger, and you know, So he says, "Hey, we want to get him back in Minnesota." So they called me. The governor's office called me and asked me if I can make that arrangement. So,
That's cool.
so I still do a lot of international work. In a sense, I work as a consultant. You know, I worked for Fight TV for a long time. You know, getting the shows out of anything to do with Japan, because I can get through the, you know, trying to do business with Japanese companies is pretty rough because they won't give you a direct answer, you know. So even getting talent is very hard because they won't say no, you know. You maybe know, but you don't know. Where we would like to know, American would like to know, yes, no, we don't want to know. Oh, this sounds good, you know. So
no,
better behave yourself, John.
Yeah, behave now. We got a very special guest here. We don't want to, you know. Anyway.
But no, I get a straight you know, so I try to get them a straight answer for them. So
sure. And by Eric, everybody, he's talking about Eric Bischoff. Remember what I said? I feel like I'm the Eric Bischoff of this show, kind of like. That's what I feel like.
Eric Bischoff, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I love Eric Bischoff. He's I had him on my radio show a long time ago. He was great. And he's been to Fargo.
Met Eric a couple of times.
Yeah. And you've been friends with Eric, what, pretty much since the early
WCW before wrestling. Yeah.
Before wrestling, okay.
Well, what did Eric Bischoff before wrestling?
Yeah. In our 20s, we used to we done some business together, but in our 20s we were, you know, young 20-year-olds. We were fighting, we were doing karate, and all we wanted to do was meet beautiful ladies like somebody who's on the camera right now. So, you know, that's all we did.
My girl.
We would travel all over the United States on a weekend. You know, Atlanta, Georgia, where the Battle of Atlanta was, and all these national tournaments. We would go and compete. And of course, where else can you go? You know, pay $40, fight all day. You got to keep winning, but fight all day, and then party the weekend with, you know, all the people with same interests. You know,
absolutely.
Oh yeah,
sounds like a good time back in those days.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah, that's what we did. You know, that was my youth.
So is it true is it true that you invented the selfie?
Well, I wouldn't say I invented. First person who probably invented the camera probably did the selfie. But I call myself innovator of selfie because I was the first person who was in selfie on television, you know, 2-3 times a week. And you know, I will make more than one entrance, a lot of shows, because I manage almost all the Japanese and a few American and luchadors. So I would, you know, end up, you know, the camera and Japanese tourists was very popular back, you know, that was kind of stereotype thing. And so I wanted to have a paparazzi, you know, whenever we made entrance. And, you know, of course, office couldn't give me that. So I said, well, you know, I'm just going to give me, remember those Instamatic, you know, Fuji cameras and so we went out and got Fuji camera, not Kodak, Fuji camera, and started, you know, I started
with the cube
lining those things up and and start doing it. So yeah, I was a guy who was on national TV doing it every time I got, every chance I got.
I remember that. I'm sorry I came here late. I'm Mad Dog. I was a professional wrestler here in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And I apologize very much for being late. And I'm sorry I missed most of the show, but yeah, I remember
we're limited our time with SONNY, you know, just because of business and stuff. So if you guys have any other questions that you want to ask them, now would be the time. And then we'll end the broadcast here a little bit. But we appreciate you, SONNY, because you know you're definitely, when I used to watch you back in the day do your managing and stuff, you know, I always thought you just had that, and you still do. You have that it factor where you understand what the business is all about. You can sell anything. You know?
I was lucky. I had a guy like Jimmy Hart, Bobby Heenan, the probably, arguably two of the greatest managers in the business. And those are the guys, and Mean Gene Oakland, those are the guys that was helping me, cultivate my character, the heel manager, and you got to remember during that time in 94, 95, 96, there was a bubble and Japanese yen was very strong and there was a lot of money they were throwing them around. So, they were buying golf courses and stuff like that, a lot of real estate in New York, they were doing that. So that was my character, arrogant Japanese, feeling that we're superior kind of thing. And I'll tell you a real quick story. When we went to Sturgis, I think it was on 96. And you got to remember, when we go to Sturgis, those aren't wrestling fans, they're bikers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we know Sturgis.
And we were at Mount Rushmore, and we did a videotaping there. And I can't remember who or what, but the scenario that we were premises was that I will buy Mount Rushmore, and put my face on it and feel the wrestler on it. And that was so we were doing taping there, and you should have heard the fan. I mean, not the fan, but non-fan was walking by and would listen to our, spiel, and they would interrupt our taping and says, "You can't buy this. This is owned by the, United States." And of course I would play my character and I would go, "Hey, you're American. Everything you have is for sale."
Oh shit!
And then, some old lady from South Dakota would really get pissed off.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I remember. Because did you do all the Sturgis events or just a couple of them?
Yeah, I did both of them. I managed Bonacano.
Okay.
I managed Ernest the Cat Miller. And I managed Ultimo Dragon. I think Ultimo Dragon wrestled Rey Mysterio there, I think.
Because I remember you coming out like a biker kind of suit, or you had like a
I had a World War II fighter hat, leather helmet, the goggle.
I don't know why.
I've got some viewer comments here.
Oh, go right ahead there.
One of our top fans here, Dan, says Bruno was a great wrestler and a great guy. My dad and my uncle cut trees for him on the city of Pittsburgh's dime. My uncle was a big boss for Parks and Rec. I went to Bruno's house when I was 8 years old and met him. I worked for the parking authority of PGH and met Jumping Johnny DeFazio, another great guy. Hulk Hogan talked to him in Tampa when my wife took me to Florida for my first 50th birthday. And then we've got Titty McGee. Hi, Allie.
But
was that like 30 years ago, Dan?
Probably.
50th birthday.
Probably. But well, anyway, Sonny, we do appreciate you.
Sonny, I'm sorry I got on late.
For anybody that wants to learn more about you as a manager,
thank you for coming on.
How can they do that to learn more?
Well, I'm in a Facebook, and I get autograph requests and signing. I get out there and do some of those signing. Usually I bring in, Japanese superstars like, Ultimo Dragon. He still wrestles. Tajiri. I was with him not too long ago. And of course, Jushin Thunder Liger. And time to time, we try to bring Great Muta over, so, then I got 4 or 5 mail today of, kids wanting autographs and stuff. They'll send, my Topps card or something. And, I always sign them and send it back to them. Because, honestly, if it wasn't for the fan, where are we?
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
The best thing in the world, man. It's the best.
And we're just thankful to get a good guest like you to come on the show because, we love talking wrestling. That's what most of us like to do. And then we mix it up with other forms of pop culture. So thanks again, Sonny, and thanks to everybody that's watching. I think we're going to end it tonight for now. Until next week's 1 year anniversary show right here on Renegade Radio. We got Mama T, we got Antique Man, Lance Warlock, John Roberts, Screaming Sam, and Mad Dog making his appearance, and joined by the legendary SONNY ONOO. So we'll see you guys next week.
Sorry, man.
Let me plug one thing before you guys go.
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
I just gotta. I'm going back to Dallas, and I just grabbed. I just at my warehouse. I found. Remember the Nitro Grill restaurant in Vegas?
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Yes.
I just found a bunch of merchandise from them. Bunch of shirts, t-shirt, embroidered t-shirt, for men and women. If you guys are interested, you can look for those on eBay. I'm just gonna put them out there for $20 or so. So they're original ones with hologram tag, WCW tags on it. So if you want them,
cool. Okay,
look it up.
I would like to have an autograph of yours too. I'd love to have it for my personal collection.
Sure.
Because I got a lot of when I was wrestling and when I got into the locker room, I would get a lot of the guys to sign a lot of stuff for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I
have an amazing amount of collection of Topps card.
Oh sure.
Yeah, it's all signed by Rick Rude, Kurt Hennings, Macho Man, all the best. All those guys is already gone, but I have I have a whole stack of those guys.
Well, that's nice to have a big collection. It's brings back a lot of good memories. And now
well, listen, thanks for having me. And
yes, we appreciate you.
Yeah,
and the guests do too. It's all over. It's all over the chat. All the guests appreciate you too. Thanks for spending your time with us.
All right.
Well, thanks for having me.
We'll see you next week. Bye bye.
All right, peace, guys.
Thanks, Sonny.